Welcome to the Oratory of St. Catherine of Siena's series of talks on significant figures of the independent Catholic movement. When we speak of the independent Catholic movement, few names carry as much fascination or controversy as that of Joeph Rene Villate. He lived at a time when the very notion of independent Catholicism was being formed in the crucible of religious, social, and political change. His life offers both inspiration and warning, the story of a man who longed for unity, struggled for legitimacy, and sought God's will among enormous challenges. Joeph Rene Villate was born in Paris in 1854. Into a France still reeling from revolution and the shifting tides between monarchy and republic. The church itself was divided between ultramontane loyalty to Rome and the older, more national Gallican traditions. Vilatte came of age in a world where faith was both a comfort and a battlefield. He emigrated to North America in the 1880s, settling among French and Belgian immigrants in Wisconsin. There he encountered communities hungry for sacraments, but alienated from the increasingly Anglo and centralized American Catholic hierarchy. Vilatte's pastoral heart saw the need. People who needed priests who spoke their language, who knew their struggles, and who would not abandon them because of ecclesiastical politics. This urgency defined his ministry. In 1892, he received episcopal consecration from the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church in India, an act meant to give canonical legitimacy to his ministry, but one that placed him forever at the crossroads of East and West, Catholic and Orthodox, unity and independence. To his followers, he was a bridge builder. To his critics, a schismatic. In the late 19th century was a time of deep religious fragmentation. Vatican I had just proclaimed papal infallibility, driving some clergy and laity toward the old Catholic movement. Immigration and industrialization strained parishes, and the boundaries of Catholic identity were fiercely policed. Vilatte's ministry unfolded in this context of suspicion, nationalism, and theological rigidity. He faced misunderstanding from Rome, opposition from local bishops, and the loneliness that so often accompanies those who labor on the margins of the church. And yet there was real fruit in his work. Through his preaching and sacramental ministry, Vilatte founded several missions and helped form what would become the American Catholic Church, a forerunner of many independent Catholic jurisdictions that still exist today. His example inspired clergy across North America and Europe, who longed for Catholicism both traditional and free of authoritarian control. His episcopal lineage continues in multiple independent and old Catholic bodies around the world, some small and obscure, others thriving, many committed deeply to pastoral service. Vilatte's later years were quieter. Though disillusioned by division and controversy, he remained a man of faith. Those who knew him described him as deeply prayerful, drawn to contemplation. His writings reveal a man torn between zeal and weariness, conviction and doubt, but always seeking God. His was not an easy spirituality. It was the prayer of one who stood outside the walls, crying for recognition and mercy. In our own time, when independent Catholic clergy and communities still wrestle with questions of legitimacy inclusion, and unity. Vilatte's story reminds us that the road of faith is rarely smooth. It demands courage to serve when misunderstood, humility to admit mistakes, and perseverance to keep praying even when the church seems far away. Joeph Rene Villate may never have achieved the reconciliation or stability that he longed for, but his life testifies to the unquenchable desire to bring Christ to those whom the institutions have forgotten. His legacy is not in the number of churches founded, but in the enduring witness that God's grace can work even through fractured vessels, and that prayer, perseverance, and love for the people of God remain at the heart of every true ministry. Amen.